Alright, I am back in Atlantic City and today I'm staying at Harrah's and today is a Friday night and I have a Compton room here in the Atrium suites. So I figured I'll give you guys a quick room tour. So as soon as you walk in, you have like a little living space right here. With a couch, table, you got your TV, you have a nice little desk. You control the heat and everything else right there. And that window actually leads out to like the lobby. So you can shut those blinds if you want. Got a little nightstand there. Here's a little hallway. To the left here we have the bathroom, which is pretty freaking nice, if I do say so myself. Shower. Now I got this comped, so I paid just the taxes and resort fees, which came out to about $39. But if you wanted to stay here tonight, today is a Friday, by the way, it costs $557, which is pretty insane if you ask me. I think this is like a king's bed right here. Got your TV. Got another chair. And from the pictures, the bedroom actually looked bigger, but it's alright, I guess. So have a whole living space out there. So I think the whole thing is like 800 square feet. Of course, we have a view. You see the Atlantic City Strip right there. Oceans Casino. Bally's, Hard Rock. See Borgata right there. And the other, I think that's the waterfront tower of Harrahs, I want to say. So yeah, this is my suite here at Harrahs in Atlantic City. This is the Atrium Tower. I'm on the 9th floor. Pretty sick. I mean, if it's comped, I would stay here, but I definitely would not spend $557 for the night. It's nice and all, but... And I also wish they had, like, another bed. That'd be pretty sick. So, yeah. So, a little Harrah's story time. Now, the first time I went to Atlantic City was back in 2013. That was 13 years ago. I was 23 years old. And I always wanted to stay at Harrah's. And at the time, I wasn't really familiar with AC, so I wasn't really sure where Harrah's was located on the map. Wasn't sure if it was inland or if it was by the boardwalk. I just knew Atlantic City was just filled with a bunch of casinos. But I wanted to stay at Harrah's just because of the pool. I always saw like so many videos and pictures, so many DJs perform there, and I always wanted to visit. So long story short, the first casino I ever stayed at was Harrah's. So I was going Friday through Sunday, and I was there for my 23rd birthday. And Friday night, we wanted to go to HQ nightclub to hear Benny Benassi. And it was me and 3 of my friends. And to make a long story short, before we even got to the club the first night, my one friend lost all his money. My one friend's license was expired, so not only couldn't he go to the club, he couldn't gamble, he couldn't do anything. So me and my one friend went to HQ the Friday night to hear Benny Benassi. And then after the club, I lose my wallet. I must have left it in the taxi or something, which means I'm pretty much screwed for the rest of the trip. So The only person who had money or his license was my one friend, and he wasn't going to go to the club by himself. So when Saturday night came, I pretty much couldn't do anything. We just drank in the room, I think, and just hung out since we all were pretty much stranded. So yeah, that was my first ever trip to AC, which I stayed at Harrahs. Something I'll probably remember for the rest of my life. Still a fun trip. I was with my friends. So yeah, staying here just reminded me of that. So I wanted to share that story with you guys. But yeah, I'm just walking back from Borgata. I did that little bay walk. It's pretty nice actually.